Okay, so basically what we worked on to end the week, last week, were some practice problems. So we're going to start with 2.2 practice. Basically what we want you to be able to do is to remember that the area and the side length are related. And so the side length is related in that if you take the square root of the area, that gives you the side length. So the way that we find the area of a square is by, we'll practice with this one up here. The first thing that we want to do is we want to draw a box around the outside. And we want to make sure that that box touches all the vertices. Okay? And so the first thing we want to do is we want to find the area of this big square that we drew on the outside. And remember, you want to count the spaces in between, and you don't want to count the number of dots. Okay, so the length of this square is 4 and the height is 4, so the area of this square is 16. And then what we want to do is we want to subtract out these corner triangles right here. And remember that a triangle is base times height divided by 2. And each one of these 4 triangles is going to be the same size because it's squares. So the base here, this is 2, and the height is 2. So if we take 2 times 2, we get 4. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So each one of these corner triangles is going to have an area of 2. Okay? So if we add all these up together, we get 8. So we're going to subtract out 8, and what that's going to do is leave us with this square that's outlined in black. And so the area of that square is 8. And we know that if the we know that if the area of the square is 8, then that means, so if the area is 8, it just means the side length is the square root of 8. Okay? So on these 2 pages, that's all you're doing, and then on this one, you're doing something similar. We'll go over this one together. But you have kind of an odd-shaped figure here. But we're still going to subtract out. So what we want to do is we want to find the area of this big square here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the area is 36. We just square the side length. So remember, squaring something means take it times itself. So 6 times 6. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract out all these pieces along the outside. Okay, so we've got this rectangle right here. We've got a triangle right here. We've got another rectangle right here. And a little triangle down here. And we've got this big long triangle all the way down here. And this triangle over here. So it's just a matter of recognizing what figures are there. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 by 1. So this area here is 4, so we're going to subtract out 4. This area here is 1, 2, 3. This is 3, this is 1. So the area of this rectangle is 3. Remember, a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So the base is 2, the height is 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we're going to subtract out 3. This is half of the square. So if the square has an area of 1, then the square has an area of 1/2 or 0.5, whichever you prefer. Okay, so we've got these taken care of so far. Okay, we have another triangle over here whose base is 4 and height is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4, so this area here is 4. And then this long one here, the base is 6 and the height is 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so the area of this triangle here is also 3. And so when we subtract all those from 36, what it does is give us this remaining odd shape here, which is 17.5. All right, so on 2.2, that's what you're doing. 2.3, we're taking it one step farther. So before you can find the side length and the area, what you have to do is draw your square. So if we practice with this one down here, if you think about the driving directions, we're going to go over 1 and up 2. So over 1 and up 2, but we're going to reverse those. So instead of going over 1, we're going to go up 1. And instead of going up 2, we're going to go over 2. Okay, so now we're going to go up 1 and over 2. And we're going to do the same thing from this bottom. So up 1 and over 2. And here's our square. So those are the old driving directions. These are the new driving directions. Once we have that part, then we want to draw the box around the outside and make sure that it touches all the vertices, all the corners, okay? And we want to find the area of the big green square around the outside. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 squared is 9. So the area of the green square is 9. And then what we're going to do is we're going to subtract out all these squares here. So we'll do them in blue this time. Subtract all these out. And remember, triangle is base times height divided by 2. So if this is 1 and this is 2, 1 times 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So each one of these corner triangles here has an area of 1. So we have 4 that we're going to subtract out, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. And then what's left is the area of the red square, which is 5. So if the area here is 5, then the side length is equal to the square root of 5. On the very last page here, I have these 2 triangles, and what I need you to do on this one is a little bit complicated, or at least some people have found it complicated. What you're going to do is you're going to take each side of the triangle and you're going to create a square off of it. So if you imagine that this line isn't here and this line isn't here, or moving this line here over, it's just what we were doing before. So we'll do the first one together. This side has a length of 3, which means that all the lengths of your square need to be 3. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to draw it across 3. Okay, and what this is leading up to is how we're going to derive the Pythagorean theorem. So then you would find the area of this square and the side length of this square, which the side length we already know because it's from the triangle, it's 3. The area you can still find. We're going to do the same thing with the blue one down here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that all of our side lengths need to be 4. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's our square. The last one has been a little bit of a challenge, and actually I think I need to move mine down just a little bit, so I'm going to move this really quick here. Okay. So in order to do the hypotenuse, think about your driving directions, okay? We're not making a square like this. That's not what we want to do. That would be a rectangle. What we want to do is we want to make it so that our square comes off this way, okay? So if you think about our driving directions, we went over 4, and we went up 3. So now we're just going to reverse. So we're going to go up 4 and over 3. But we always want to make sure that we're going over in this direction because we don't want our square to overlap this way. So these are our old directions, these are our new. We're going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 3, 1, 2, 3. And remember, we're going to do the same thing from the other point on the purple line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then there are the 2 other corners, like that. And then you would use the same strategy, drawing your box around the outside and subtracting out the triangles to figure out what the area of this figure is right here. Okay, so once you've gotten to the point where you think you're proficient with drawing the squares, finding the area, and finding the side length. So those are the 3 things that you need to be able to do. Draw your square. Find the area of the square. And then find the side length. And remember, the side length is just the square root of the area. So the side length is just the square root of the area, okay? So once you are able to do those three things, then you should be ready for the CFA. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know when you're ready for the CFA, and hope everything's going well.